cheeky. You are so cheeky. You are so cheeky. Yeah? Hello. This feels weird being back in front of the camera. It's been a while. I don't know exactly how long it's been without checking back on my channel. I was back in the summer, last summer, so yeah, it's been a while, but I'm back. I'm glad to be back. I've missed making videos, I really have, and I've had all these ideas of stuff I want to do, but I've just not had the sort of drive to do it, I suppose. If by some chance you are new here and you're just stumbling across this, hi, I'm Mama Kaz. I made videos all through lockdown. I started making videos about gardening and recipes and family stuff, vlogs, that kind of thing. And then I took a break. Because I was busy making this little one. Hello. This is little Juniper. Say hi, Junie. Wearing her lovely new sweater that I've just finished. I literally just cast this off about 2 minutes ago. Say hi, Junie. But yeah, so I stopped making videos when I was heavily pregnant because I just couldn't keep up with it. I had too much other stuff going on. Something had to drop. I had to cut something out. I had to make a bit more time and, you know, preserve a bit of energy. And so making YouTube videos was the thing that I had to drop. This pregnancy with her wasn't the easiest. With the boys I found it really easy. I sort of sailed through, birth was easy and great, but that was sort of 15 years ago and 10 years ago. With her, it wasn't quite so easy. I was in a lot of pain constantly throughout the pregnancy. I was quite poorly. My mobility was seriously reduced. I couldn't really walk or move about very much. And then unfortunately the birth didn't quite go as planned. It wasn't as bad as it could have been, obviously. But I planned to just sort of walk in, give birth, go home again like I did with the others, nice and easy. But unfortunately that wasn't the case. Both the boys were overdue, but she was taking the biscuit. She kept me waiting 16 days before my water started leaking, and then because nothing had happened within 24 hours they had to admit me and induce me because obviously I was infection risk at that point. And then I did go into labour, but I did get an infection, so I really struggled because I wasn't feeling well. I was feeling weak and had a bit of a fever and things like that, and so I was really struggling to labour naturally, so I ended up having an epidural, which was the last thing I wanted. I really didn't want to have an epidural, but I ended up having one. Her head was turned awkwardly, so although my body was telling me to push, she didn't want to come out because I hadn't fully dilated because her head was turned to a funny angle, so one side wasn't dilating. Yeah, and then midway through sort of the last stages of labour and trying to get her out, I started projectile vomiting everywhere, and I had a really high temperature. I was shaking uncontrollably and it was pretty nasty. So that started a stay in hospital. We had 5 days in hospital with IV antibiotics for both of us, and then I had another 2 weeks of oral antibiotics, and she had to have a few more days of antibiotics as well. We're both absolutely fine, like no lasting effects, but yeah, it was not very nice. I had to stay in hospital for say about 5 days, and I was quite poorly in that time. My blood pressure was out of control, my heart rate shot up like scarily high, and I think I was probably about 10 minutes away from having a C-section. But my midwife was absolutely fantastic. Her name was Jolene, and she was absolutely incredible. She just stayed by my side all night, talked me through it. It was really comforting, just kept chatting to me, and she was brilliant. And yeah, that was, so it was positive overall, even though it wasn't the way I planned it, and I could look at it as a negative experience because obviously I was poorly and I had to have medication that I didn't want to have and things like that, but I still saw it as a positive experience, you know. The staff were lovely, the hospital was great, and I've got this little one, so obviously a bit of recovery time at home and just settling back into being a new mum again. It's been 10 years since I did this, so it's like a learning curve. It's like starting all over again, although obviously it's a bit like riding a bike, it sort of comes back to you. And little Miss is very, very vocal at the moment. She's definitely found her voice. But yeah, sort of settling back into being a new mum again, and trying to find a routine with like an extra person in the family, and things like that, and then trying to focus on getting myself healthy and starting to think about working again and all that sort of stuff. Making videos just was the last of my priorities, but now that we're in a bit of a routine, and she's 4 months old now, so she's a bit more she's not on me constantly, you know, she doesn't rely on me. It's not like those full-on newborn days. I've actually got a bit of time to myself now. I can pop her down to play and I can film like I am now. So yeah, I'm going to try and start making videos again semi-regularly. I've got a few ideas, I've got a few lined up already. I just need to try and stick with it and be consistent, which is something I'm not great at, I'll be honest. That's one of my character flaws, is that I'm not very good at being consistent. And once I get out of the habit of doing something, then I give up on it. But yeah, so we're back. I don't think there's anything else to fill you in on. I think the rest of us are all still very much the same. Yeah, nothing much has changed with the rest of us. We've just got a new member of the clan. Yeah, you let them know you're here. We've got a new dinosaur in the house. You a dinosaur? Are you a dinosaur? Yeah, that's what I wanted to say really. I just wanted to pop a little sort of intro video on here to say hi, I'm back. This is Juniper, and I'm looking forward to making more vlogs, more recipe videos. I've got some DIY, like crafty videos coming up as well. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching them. And don't forget to subscribe and like and all the other things that I'm supposed to tell you to do. Yeah, wow, this has been really awkward. I'll see you soon. Love you.